Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting, and we welcome your attendance. And for the viewers, thank you for tuning in. And for introductions, on my left is Commissioner Deb Shore and Commissioner Todd Wilchin, and on my right is Vice Chair Commissioner Larry Hudkins and Commissioner Bill Avery. And I am Commissioner Roma Amundson, Chair of the Board. And will you please join me now in saying the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and thank you so much. And Mr. Clerk, will you begin the agenda, please?
As the Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of our material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, March 17, 2015.
Move approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes. Are there any additions or corrections? Please call the roll.
Avery?
Yes.
Hudkins?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Amundson?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through March 24th, 2015.
Move.
Approval of claims?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve all claims. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Amundson?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 is a special presentation, designation of March 23rd to the 27th, 2015 as Severe Weather Awareness Week, and April 11th, 2015 as Central Plains Severe Weather Symposium and Storm Spotter Appreciation Day. Jim David Saver, Lincoln Lancaster County Emergency Management Director.
Good morning, Jim David Saver, Director, Lincoln Lancaster County Emergency Management. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to first thank you for considering the resolution before you, covering 3 different areas. First and foremost, to recognize this week, March 23rd through 27th, as Severe Weather Awareness Week. We're partnering with the National Weather Service that's been doing this for a number of years. Each day of the week, they focus on a specific topic to increase awareness and make us better prepared as we enter the severe weather season. So your resolution endorsing that certainly is a big step in the right direction. The culmination, too, of Severe Weather Awareness Week is a couple of weeks down the road, the Great Plains Severe Weather Symposium that's scheduled for Saturday, April 11th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. over on the East Campus. I had an opportunity to talk to Dr. Ken Dewey a couple of times. I just referred to him as the university's weather expert. He knows everything there is to know about weather. So he reached out to me as well, wanting to extend his thanks to the board. He really appreciates the recognition that it gives. And finally, and most importantly, giving some recognition and appreciation to our storm spotters. I've only had an opportunity to work with them a short time, a few severe weather bouts that we had last fall, an incredible group of individuals, of volunteers. Including the storm spotters. Looking at the 2014 calendar year, we had 141 volunteers log more than 1,300 hours of volunteer service. So when I think about what we would be able to accomplish without those spotters, it would be very minimal. So they really play a huge role in promoting the health, safety, and welfare of all our Lancaster County residents. So as I said, the resolution has been submitted, and I certainly appreciate your consideration.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Larry?
Well, your recognition of the volunteers and the essential job that they perform is most timely as we just kind of enter into this tornado. And it's my understanding that the radar can see above the clouds, but to actually see a tornado, you actually need the spotters. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and that's why all of our storm spotters are state certified. Part of the weather symposium that's coming up in April, they have to do a couple of online courses before. They have to attend a lecture, and then they have to take a test. So we have that verification that they have the proper knowledge and training to spot these storms. So again, it's another layer of protection that we have. As Larry mentioned, all the technology in the world only carries you so far. When you actually have eyes on from a trained spotter out there, again, the overall preparedness that we experience is greatly enhanced. And I also wanted to note that tomorrow, kind of the pinnacle of the week, the statewide tornado drill that, again, the National Weather Service does each week during Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we will participate, including sounding the outdoor warning sirens. So 10:10 tomorrow morning. Everyone be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, well, as what they said, I just wanted to mention that human intelligence on the ground, you cannot beat that. So even though you do have the technology.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much for everything you do
Very good.
in protecting and making sure our citizens are safe.
Yep.
Resolution? Yeah, let's go through the resolution then, please.
This is under new business. 4A, a resolution, a matter of recognizing March 23rd through 27th, 2015 as Severe Weather Awareness Week, and April 11th, 2015 as Central Plains Severe Weather Symposium and Storm Spotter Appreciation Day.
I move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B is a special designated license application from Hillcrest Country Club at 9401 O Street for events on May 24th, June 14th, July 5th, July 19th, August 23rd, and September 6th, 2015.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Andy Reitz. I'm the general manager of Hillcrest Country Club, and it's hard to believe. I think this is my 16th year coming and asking for this 6th special designated liquor license. But Hillcrest would like to make that ask again for the 2015 season, and so we like that consideration.
No questions? And we'll
Yes, well,
Well, for those of us that are new to the commission, can you kind of give us a little background on this event?
Yeah, absolutely. We, throughout the course of our spring and summer season, we've got numerous events that take place on Sunday mornings. And as we've done in the past, we've kind of highlighted 6 that we thought were events that we wanted to provide an additional service to some of our members and some of our guests. And one of the things that we've kind of targeted, just trying to stay competitive with some of the courses that are within inside the city limits, is to kind of offer that same service. And so we've designated 6 that we think are fairly popular. And you know, they're events that have been pretty well received. I think over the course of the last several years specifically, we've followed the city's kind of rules and guidelines as far as having city and the server city and the server state requirements for all of our staff. So all of our staff are trained to follow the same city guidelines on the LNK, and I think it's the RBST server liquor requirements. So it's just kind of a nice extra service and to stay competitive with those city courses.
Yes, Larry?
Well, we also appreciate the work that Hillcrest does with the nonprofits, Ag in the Classroom, things like that. You help host those fundraiser activities, and so you've been a good community member as well. And we had always asked you about the hospitality training, and we really appreciate that you strive to keep your employees aware of that, because that's really the first level of enforcement, is not to get into any troubles and just don't create a situation to where it can. And with that, I would move approval of your applications, professional grants.
second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve these license applications from Hillcrest. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thanks, everybody.
4C is a resolution in matter of extending the deadline for hearing protests regarding real property in Lancaster County from July 25th, 2015 to August 10th, 2015.
Move approval.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Madam Chair,
Oh, yes.
could we have a small discussion about why this is important?
We don't have a,
Assessor in here with us right now.
Brittany Barron's Deputy Lancaster County Attorney. I'm not sure I can adequately answer that question, but it usually allows the county clerk's office additional time to process those protests as they come in. We talk about on a yearly basis that there are some statutory implications of extending the deadline, but it's not anything that causes our office, the assessor's office, or the county clerk's office great heartburn. I know that Richard Graybode in my office conferred with Great Plains Appraisal and kind of asked with regard to the number of protests that we'd be receiving this year if the extension was something that he felt was necessary. And I think that it's just, his response was yes, he didn't see any harm in doing so, and that it would just allow additional time to process those requests.
So this is not new. We do this.
I can't think of a year that we haven't done
extended.
this. Yes. Yep. So statutorily, it's required that the board approve this every year, the resolution. So this is something you will see extending the deadline from July 25th to August 10th on a yearly basis.
I think it's a matter of facilitation. Sometimes 7,000 to 10,000 protests can come in. It just takes a long time to do that. And then also the taxpayer, it gives them more time to respond. And so I think it's a good practice to do. And as we go forth in this year, probably we'll see a little heavier use of it than others because it's a mass revaluation year.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is a resolution, a matter of adopting benefits for county elected officials. The resolution rescinds and replaces County Resolution Number R2-52.
I will move approval with the notation that this is not adding additional benefits, just clarifying language previously existing.
Second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E is a resolution in a matter of adopting benefits for Lancaster County employees in an unclassified service. The resolution rescinds and replaces County Resolution Number R14-11.
Move approval.
Second with the same notation.
Same notation. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4F is a recommendation from Emergency Management and the Purchasing Department to award a contract to Schmader Electric at an estimated annual cost of $22,000 for maintenance and repair of emergency management sirens.
Move approval.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is a contract between Production Creek Specialty Advertising, the City of Lincoln, and Lancaster County for the annual supply of clothing, screen printed and/or embroidered apparel. Term of the agreement is 1 year from the date of execution by all parties.
Move approval.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this contract. Any
Madam
discussion?
Chair.
Yes.
What kind of clothing are we talking about here?
An example might be our Youth Services Center. All of our employees wear polos with the appropriate language so they can be designated as juvenile detention officers when they're outside the building.
Okay.
One example comes to
That's
mind.
fine. I think the Engineers Department also has some clothing, so.
But we don't have to wear any
No, no. Commissioner Avery, you do not have to.
You have to buy your own.
No uniforms.
We don't have to wear any clothing.
Okay, very good, point taken. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. H is utility permit number 1255 for Lincoln Electric System and General Excavating to install underground power lines from West Adams Street north along Northwest 70th Street, approximately 1/2 mile to the Fairfield Station. There is no cost to Lancaster County.
Move approval.
Second?
Been moved and seconded that we approve this utility permit, and would you explain it, please?
Yes, my name's Jeff Lavach. I supervise underground distribution and streetlight division for Lincoln Electric System. I'm here basically to answer any specific questions you may have. This is in relation to the solar farm that we have contracted with out in the area of South or Northwest 70th Street and Interstate 80. This is to get the power supply from the solar system into our grid. So this will take it from the Northwest 70th and Interstate 80 area north to our substation up at Northwest 70th and Fletcher.
Yes, Larry?
Well, we've always had a good working relationship with LES, and where you bury cable, that's where you say you're going to bury it is where you bury it. We have had some contractors that come through and have laid some other cable, and then we go to clean out ditches or culverts. We run into problems, so we appreciate your good stewardship in the past.
We appreciate
How large is your solar system out there?
The solar array out there will be a 5 megawatt. It'll be the largest in the state of Nebraska when
Really?
it's constructed, yes.
Well, that's
Can
great.
you give us an
Yeah.
idea on size, acres or feet that it cover?
I apologize, the specifics I don't have written down, so I'm kind of working off of memory. I believe the acreage area out there is around 140 acres. That is being leased by the Heliosage, which is our contractor that we're working with for this solar project. And they will be constructing a solar array of 5 megawatts, which will be approximately, I think, about 40 acres of that 140 acre site. So there would be some room for future expansion if the finances would and or the electric markets would allow it.
Okay, well, wonderful.
Good.
Yes.
Will it be visible from the interstate?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Bill, I'm sorry.
Will this involve ratepayers to opt in by paying an extra fee?
Well, yes and no. Part of it is being covered by LES, and we strive, obviously, to be environmentally friendly and be conscious of the environment with our energy resources. So a large portion of this is being covered by LES. But there is an option. It's called Sun Shares, and it is an option for our customers to opt into that. Each share is $1 a share to opt in, and minimum is $3, and that's a monthly fee that would be put on your bill, and that's a minimum is $3. You can do as much as you like, obviously.
And what would $3 buy you as a ratepayer?
I apologize, Bill. I don't have the answer to that. Obviously it's a portion of the solar farm,
Yeah.
and it helps us cover the cost of that solar farm.
So I'm thinking if you're already participating in the wind energy project and you would participate in this too, would you actually see the impact on your LES bill? I know you see the impact of the fee, but would you see the impact on what it costs you overall?
You mean as far as our overall energy portfolio?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't affect that, would it?
Not a lot. Our peaks in the summer are around 750 to 800 megawatts, and we're talking about a 5 megawatt generating system here. So
Yeah.
this would be a fairly minor impact on that overall peak. Our rates aren't going to increase per se because of it. We did get some customer participation, not as much as we would have preferred, obviously. But it's still out there. The program's still active, so more customers can participate.
Okay, any further questions? Well, thank you. We do have a motion and a second, so please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you for your time.
4I is an agreement between Coles Pharmacy Home Care and Lancaster County for specialized medical care and assistance for Lancaster County General Assistance clients.
Move approval.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this agreement. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is an amendment to County Contract C-12-176 with Decision 1 from the annual supply of microfilming supplies. The amendment provides for the price increase as listed on Attachment A.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve this amendment. Any discussion?
A technical amendment, or notation. This is H, not J.
No, it's J. It's a typo.
It's J?
Yes.
What happened to H?
H-I-J-K.
Oh, yeah.
H was in there twice, so.
Okay.
Okay, we're renumbering.
Yeah,
I see
relettering.
it. I see
Okay,
it
got
now.
it.
Okay. That has been noted. And so please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Wilchin,
Yes.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K is amendment to County Contract C-12-177 with Allen Enterprises for the annual supply of microfilming supplies. The amendment provides for the price increase as listed on Attachment A.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve this amendment. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes?
Hudkins.
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. L is an amendment to County Contract C-14-107 with Mid-Continent Safety LLC for the annual supply of personal protective equipment and first aid supplies. The amendment renews the agreement for an additional one-year term from March 1st, 2015 to February 28th, 2016.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve this amendment. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4M is a settlement agreement and release of liability between Roger Smith and Lancaster County Corrections.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the settlement agreement and release of liability. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Hudkins.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. N is a contract between Uniforms Manufacturing, Inc., the City of Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the Lincoln Lancaster County Public Building Commission for the annual supply of work clothing on an as-needed basis. Term of the agreement is 4 years from the date of execution by all parties.
Move approval.
Second?
Moved and seconded that we approve this contract with Uniforms Manufacturing. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Hudkins.
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. O is a contract between Alomar Uniforms, the City of Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the Lincoln Lancaster County Public Building Commission for the annual supply of work clothing on an as-needed basis. Term of the agreement is 4 years from the date of execution by all parties.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve this contract with Alomar Uniforms. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes?
Hudkins,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4P is appointment of Colleen Ogden to the Keno Human Services Prevention Fund Advisory Board for a 4-year term ending December 31st, 2018.
Move approval?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this appointment of Colleen Ogden.
And thank her
discussion?
for her service for the next 4 years. She brings a very strong background in youth and at-risk programming and will be a valued member.
Well, thank you. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 5, consent items. Setting of a public hearing on Tuesday, April 14th, 2015 at 10:30 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building regarding a request from Lancaster County Public Rural Transit for financial assistance from the Federal Transit Administration pursuant to the Federal Transit Act.
Move approval of the consent item?
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the consent item. Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes?
Hudkins.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 6 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
You haven't started my time yet, have you? Are you ready to go? Chair Amundson, members of the board, for the record, Gary Aldridge, ALDRIDGE 68516. I'm one of the owners. For the young'uns among us, I add the last to remind both you and me of why I come. I come to participate in participatory government. I come to be heard. I often leave thinking some choose not to. I also come to question what is taken for granted. I suspect some here do not yet understand what I mean, so let me describe my obsession or passion or mission or motivation or mental defect this way. If you truly believe the words salvation and watchfulness and citizen are connected, have standing and substance, you and I are a smidge closer. If not, then we should get a stonemason and, with chisel, erase those words from a public building somewhere in Lincoln. Some of you are tired of me, and I speak not just to the board. And some of you are past tired of me, and some of you are way past tired of me. Now you have a glimpse of how I feel at times standing on this side of the microphone. Ain't democracy beautiful? Currently there is drama, I fear an accident waiting for a place to happen in northwest Nebraska. A non-Nebraska corporation proposes to flush fluids, contents known and unknown, and perhaps never to be known, into, through, below, and beneath porous and water-bearing rock formations of Nebraska. An event with no guarantee of success. Drilling for oil in the Gulf? Question mark. For this to happen, a permit must be issued. For the permit to be issued, a political subdivision must hold a public hearing. The open meetings law, done right, requires citizen involvement. The director of this political subdivision has a refreshingly narrow view of which citizens are allowed to participate with public comments. Originally, the director granted standing only to owners of land within 1/2 mile of the injection site. This proximity threshold for participation is a rather creative interpretation and corrupt interpretation of the Nebraska Open Meetings Law. Now it seems the mind of the director has been changed. It is possible a similar event could occupy this board. Citizens have a reasonable expectation components of this board, administrative, executive, legal, would behave some different, some better. Every regular meeting of this board I have attended offers a place or space for public comments, as it should. Elected officials may conclude, when given an opportunity and no public comments are offered, well, that just proves the community is satisfied and content with the current direction. That is a costly misjudgment. It is fertile soil for a serious misunderstanding or misreading of public attitude. I am not a disinterested consumer of the open meetings law. You are not my first rodeo. I have been attending on and off meetings of public bodies, boards, and commissions perhaps longer than some here have been alive. Well, not you, Mr. Avery. Some citizens see questionable behavior by a political subdivision. When citizens see questionable behavior by a political subdivision, the path of least resistance often is to shrug and think, what just happened there? Sad but true, many see citizenship as a job for someone else. I saw one such, what happened there. While living in North Platte, Nebraska, I suspected on one occasion the school board had conspired to ignore and violate certain sections of the open meetings law. I filed a petition in Lincoln County District Court challenging the school board.
1 minute.
Thank you. District Court did not find in my favor. That decision was appealed to the Nebraska Supremes. That court did not find in my favor. Some may say the open meetings law was clarified by my action and case law. Others can decide if my action was proper. Keep this in mind. A determined or genuine effort is often the first or best or last ingredient that connects salvation and watchfulness and citizen. Thank you.
Mr. Aldridge, Gary, just one moment, please. You know, I do appreciate you coming here. I do appreciate your involvement and your interest in the political process. But I do want to say, and I appreciate your philosophical thoughts on this. However, this time of public comment is for items relating to county business, not necessarily for a statement of philosophy. Okay?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Just for the record, I would like to say I appreciate Mr. Aldrich's willingness to persist in his participation in our process. We don't have enough of that from the public.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Mr. Aldrich. And by the way, don't let the white hair fool you. I'm not as wise and old as you think.
Next is announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, March 26, 2015 at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford Studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold their next regular meeting on Tuesday, March 31st, 2015 at 10:30 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live. It is rebroadcast on Tuesday and Saturday on 5 City TV, Cable Channel 5. In addition, the meeting may be viewed on the internet at lancaster.ne.gov under 5 City TV, Video on Demand, or 5 City TV on YouTube.
Move adjournment.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes. Okay.
0.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned, and let's now move on to the agenda for the Board of Equalization.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Also in attendance this morning is Scott Gaines from the county assessor's office. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, March 17th, 2015.
I move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the last meeting. Please call, any additions or corrections? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 is notice of assessed valuation change for property taxation purposes for Randall and Mary Jansen.
Good morning, Scott Gaines, Deputy Assessor, Register of Deeds. This is a property where a home was constructed. There was a building permit taken out. Somehow that building permit did not ever get to our office, so this is to put the 2014 value on as it would have been if it was discovered appropriately. We've talked to the homeowners involved in this. There's a pending sale. They're aware of the situation. In fact, I'd like to note that we did provide the clerk's office with an updated mailing address for the current owner, so we don't have that thing bouncing around in the mail. So that's the reason for this. This will provide them notice of that 14 value. The following item will be a correction to the tax list for 2014 so the county treasurer can bill them appropriately. And there's a pending sale on this, so they want to expedite this as quickly as they can so they can get it paid before closing in May.
I move approval of the valuation change.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this notice. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hudkins,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 is additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve these additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Hudkins.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 4 is a public hearing for motor vehicle tax exemption applications for Catholic Social Services, City Impact, Dialysis Center of Lincoln, and Mid-America Union Conference, a Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay, Okay, we'll open this public hearing. And seeing actually no one in the audience to give comment, I'll close the public hearing.
I move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve these tax exemption applications. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Hudgens.
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adjourn. Please call the roll.
Wilchin,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Hudgens.
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.